Good morning and welcome everybody to the Morning Vol Report. It is I, Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com, welcoming you to said Vol Report. Let the show begin. We've had kind of a show this week. If you want a real show, sign up for our Professional Trader Summit. You get early bird sale $297. There's the handsome guy right there that's got the really big head. That's me. Actually standing very close to my old spot in the SPX. There's Mark down there throwing orders at people, and here are all of our guys that are just agog trying to figure out what's going on. You will learn lots of stuff, pro tips, trading tips, all that kind of stuff. Register now. It is presented in conjunction with the CBOE, so you can learn some stuff. All right. Now let's get to what's going on today. So this is what I think. Obviously, we have had some yesterday, not kind of a very good day for the SPX. I think we had our biggest down day. We didn't have much of a bounce. Volatility trading around the 15%. VIX is trading 15. I believe we have 1.5 point down day yesterday. I think that was our biggest percentage closing decline of the year. And the reality is this, okay? The market, stocks for the most part this year, again, not being political, just trading the vol of the market, right? So there was like the Trump tantrum stuff, and then the Twitter, and then this and that, and up and down, and blah, blah, blah. And I think, and basically we've always rallied, right? There's been some sort of reconciliation or something where like, okay, everything is cool. But right now what's happening is this. I want you to see, okay, is, again, how is the market sort of viewing the current action? Okay, so, you know, the North Korea thing kind of actually went off without a hitch, more or less. Like there was volatility last week from it. But it seems, okay, now they're not going to bomb Guam and all this kind of stuff. It was all kind of just a big, shiitake show. However, this moved down and everything was kind of cool. You know, everybody was happy with sort of the Fed, then not happy with the Fed. Okay? Not quite. A little bit of, there was, again, I would say there was not enough certainty out of the Fed. That's number one. So then you got, generally for a large vol event, I have a rule. Things have to happen in threes. I got a lot of 3-day rules. You got the 3-day rule. You got this rule. You got that rule. You subscribe to Option Pit, you learn all this stuff. But anyway, not really liking it. And then not really excited with the weekend, Trump thing, more tweets, just off the cuff, just randomness, right? And at least for this, the only thing I can see is that between Fed uncertainty and a little DJT uncertainty, market sells off. Market sells off into uncertainty almost always. And you're not seeing a pickup. Like there's no recovery in it as of yet. So what I would look for is, in order for us to kind of get back on the path of, we had good earnings growth, all that kind of stuff. So those fundamental things doing okay. Now there's kind of this big picture strangeness going on. The market has a hard time pricing that stuff. Stocks go down, vol goes up. And that's kind of where we find ourselves. So if we see some announcement on the weekend, maybe there's a headline, somebody gets fired, or some sort of headline fix, we could see a more parabolic bounce possibly, and VIX goes right back down to 11.5 again, or 11.75 like it was at the beginning of the week. Certainly possible we have some news this weekend or today into a quiet summer day. So anyway, that's where I see vol as. We probably will see more of the same vol until we see resolution. So normally with the kind of the macro issue, you need to see resolution for an event for vol to go back down like we saw with the North Korea thing. And as of now, I don't think we're getting it. All right, and we're not getting enough out of the Fed either. So there's enough to potentially keep vol elevated for a little while. Okay, so opportunities. What do we see? A couple things. Walmart doing much better than everybody else. We'll put together a Walmart trade in here. Holding up remarkably well. I personally am long this, one of my biggest longs. So there you go, whatever that's worth. USO, again, I'm looking for more sideways in USO, sideways to soften. We'll look and see if there's anything that prices well here. The strange thing about gold as well is, check this out with gold, right? It has made a remarkable rally into what's supposedly higher interest rates. So now you've got more of this weirdness going on, right? Volatility in gold much higher. So we could look for a few more tasty type of spreads in here to take advantage of this. And we'll cover that in our pit report today, in our chat room. Also, like I said, VIX SPX. I think what you have now is the potential of a parabolic move in either one. Either SPX or VIX will either have some resolution, or we will not. We'll have resolution, or the market just keeps sliding down, and getting sick. And of course, there are ways to position for that. So we will look at that. And last here, and we'll just give you one last shot before we go, is, where are you? Here we go. All right, so this is just about around the opening, right? There is nothing healthy about this market. So this is what I call in like mild backwardation, where we're backward to December now. The cash is looking for a move, right? A pretty good sized move, a 1% move. So this is what, to me, it looks like. The realized vol projection is like we're looking for a big move, possibly to retrace. Okay, if not, we go lower. If things get more wacky in Washington, so I think that's how it's pricing. The market's pricing considerable uncertainty. April back month futures as high as they've been in a while. So the market is pricing right. Here they're saying we're probably going to resolve by December. By December, if you read the futures, by December, that's a long way away. In the meantime, we could have a lot of choppiness. So, again, I think you planning for that, unless you can day trade, I think, again, today, probably see VIX climb. I don't know how high today, but maybe we see the 17 handle today, possibly. If there's no relief. Remember, no relief, it just keeps finding a direction. All right? If all of this talk about VIX confuses you, you get no idea, right? You're trading VIX, and every time you do something, you're totally wrong. Option Pit is going to introduce the Easy VIX series. Easy VIX series. I'm going to teach it, and it will be literally from simple call spread, very easy, but understanding entirely how the product works from the nuts and bolts. Okay, if you don't know anything about options, you should be able to figure this class out. So it'll be a series, easy to digest. It'll be in the evening. You'll see announcements for it soon. Okay, for all of our Option Pit people that are already Option Pit Live or above, it's just another great thing you get for being an Option Pit subscriber. For all you new people that need to learn something, time to show up. All right. That's what we got for today. And that's how we're looking at things. All right, everybody, have a good day. You guys.